Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about this. So, we're on a street. There's been a ongoing rumor for a while. So apparently, WWE is planning for Stone Cold Steve Austin to return in ring action. And I honestly, again, that's just no. I love Stone Cold Steve Austin. Don't get me wrong, I love him. Like Stone Cold is fucking the man, one of the greatest fucking pro wrestlers who actually drew money for this business. One of the man who helped save fucking wrestling. You know, the Attitude, all that stuff. One of the most badass wrestlers out there. Um, Obviously, thanks to the guys like who actually wrote for him, guys like Vince Russo and shit like that, helped me Stone Cold where he is today. Because I always like then we'll be stuck with the ringmaster, with fucking McMahon just keeping as the ringmaster. But so instead of WWE trying to listen, don't worry, I understand that they need stars, right? You already have Lesnar, and you already have Edge and shit like that. Bringing back people who are retired, it's not just about that. It's like Stone Cold is one of those few guys who actually kept his word and actually stayed retired. And honestly, there's no need for him to come back. Okay, there's really no need for him to come back and ruin his perfect retirement. Him having his last match at WrestleMania 19, which again, apparently he was almost died. He passed out. He almost apparently died, and then freaking he had that match with The Rock. Like amazingly, probably one of the best ways to retire. Like the match was pretty good. Like not my favorite out of the trilogy, but it was a good match to retire, no doubt about it. Very fun, very great, good match. You know, that perfect match. And he's gonna potentially ruin that because apparently WWE wants him to be even though we know that WrestleMania is gonna be in Texas. And apparently the big thing is that to surprise the fans is that he's gonna come back and face Kevin Owens. Really? Kevin Owens in a stunner versus stunner match? Like, come on here. Really? And apparently Kevin Owens' thing is he's gonna bash, Texas. He's gonna hit on Texas. Apparently also gonna be the savior because he's from Texas. Like, really? Really? Stone Cold Steve Austin, his character was never bad. He loves Texas. Sure, he's a redneck, right? He's a redneck, but it doesn't mean he's gonna fucking love Texas. But he's gonna come back to the ring just for that. Just because you bash Texas, okay, that's it. I'm coming out of retirement and face you, whoop your ass, hell yeah. Really? That's what he's gonna do? Listen, I wouldn't have a problem if it was a segment. Here's the thing. Austin should not come out of retirement. Because again, he had a perfect retirement. Simple as that. There's no need for him to freaking... Unless, sure, I understand because of money. Okay. But there's no reason for him to come out of retirement after his perfect retirement. I understand WWE. I get it. WWE lacks stars. They suck. I get it. But come on here. This is like a new low. Bringing back wrestlers when they already have a good retirement. You already did that with Shawn Michaels. And even though I didn't mind the fucking tag match, Crown Jewel, as a lot of people, they just hate it because it's old guys. Don't get me wrong, there's shit that's happened in that match, and that kind of, fucked up a little bit. Sure, a lot of fucks up in that match, but I still enjoyed the tag match. But was it worth it for him coming out of retirement? No. Okay, after a perfect fucking match with The Undertaker. Unless you were to do something if you were to have a reason for Shawn Michaels coming out of retirement, it should be a better reason too. But also if anything, Shawn Michaels match should not be a match that has a bunch of fuck ups. If anything, I would not have mind seeing another Shawn Michaels and Undertaker match, and then that would be the last retirement. If anything, I would not have mind seeing Shawn Michaels retire The Undertaker instead of Styles versus Taker, that being the last match, And plus, it would make sense. But again, COVID happened. I understand what happened, and all things worked out for what needed to. You know what I mean? If it was up to me, they would have had, Shawn Michaels and Taker would have had a match in front of the fans. And then that'll be the last match for Taker and Shawn, 10 years later, maybe you retired me, this time I'm going to retire you Shit like that. Simple, But again, it's not worth it. Like coming out of retirement and kind of fucking up, and they have a bunch of fuck ups. You know, like sure, Edge is back. You know, he already had a career, but he wants to wrestle again. And you know what? He's a guy that deserves to have one last run. You know, if Austin comes back again, I wouldn't mind him like having a run as with the championship. At least he'll draw some viewership. But the thing is, coming back because of Texas and coming back for a match with Austin. I mean, with fucking Kevin Owens. Like this is the problem with wrestlers coming back. You ruined them. You ruined like what was good, because that's the problem also. Like, so you're gonna bring back these wrestlers. And, like, they're gonna wrestle these guys who are not really that entertaining. They're gonna have them fuse with them and potentially losing to these wrestlers. Like, imagine Austin losing to Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins and shit like that. Like, really? Like, these guys should not be beating Stone Cold Steve Austin. They're not worthy of doing that. You know what I mean there? Like, listen. Like, would it be fun if Austin coming back? Sure, in the ring. But, like, the thing is, he already had a good... Like, if you want to have as a role, like, just bring him back as, like, a general manager or something, like, or just have him back as, like, for a reason, like, a segment, I don't know, being, like, a referee. Have him bring back as a fucking, I don't know, somebody, an enforcer, something. Not fucking, like, something like Sheriff Austin. Not freaking him coming back for a match against Kevin Owens. And Vince Russo, like, I saw the Legion of Raw review, you know, the perfect idea. If there's a reason to bring back Austin, it should not be fucking, oh, you're bashing Texas. It should be like, oh, if I still got what it takes, like a Rocky moment, like, oh, you know, do I still got what it takes to come back or whatever? You're getting bashed, like, oh, you know, your legacy, something like that. And then, oh, maybe Bret Hart will help Austin, you know. Bret Hart would become basically Stu Hart, you know. He will help Austin getting back to just, like, some shape and whatever, you know. If that's like that, and that's how you kick stuff, like, you know, maybe like the last tour of Austin. And who knows? Since apparently Rock is coming back to face Roman Reigns, I wouldn't mind seeing maybe, like, who knows, maybe one more time Rock and Austin, like, you know, for the title. I would not mind that, even though freaking that was just like, wow, like, Austin and Rock facing each other in 2022. I wouldn't give a shit because, let's be honest here, fucking wrestling sucks. I might as well watch stuff like from the past, you know? But that's the thing though, like, listen, I love Stone Cold, but it's really not needed. Like, wrestling is just bad enough. I don't want to see these, it's not because, like, oh, I don't want to see them hurt. Like, that's part of it also. I don't want them to, like, be hurt. But it's just, like, the thing is, like, after all these years too, and plus, come on, there's no need for it. There's no need for Austin, especially for a match with Kevin Owens. I would understand if it's Stone Cold versus, like, Roman Reigns. Like, a top star. Why fucking Kevin Owens? Just because he does the stunner? You know what I mean there? It makes no sense. I'm sorry. It's not cool. It's not enticing for WrestleMania. Just have a segment, that's it. Okay? And, like, again, like, you're going to save that moment for WrestleMania. Instead of, like, if you're going to even have the Austin on fucking WrestleMania, wouldn't it make sense you have Austin on Raw to promote it? But even regardless, too, wouldn't it kill, like, to build to WrestleMania? Have Austin be built, like, I don't know, Road to WrestleMania, you have him be on Raw to promote WrestleMania anyway, since it's going to be in Texas, you know? Not saying, like, it should be, like, him promoting him to be in a match. Like, I'm not saying, again, regardless, I don't think Stone Cold should be in a match. Okay? Segment, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. You should just do, like, fucking what Rock and, but, like, not in a wrestling role. Like, maybe just fucking, I don't know, or what you've done recently, like, before, like, him just being promoting a special guest referee match. Like, you know, just being a special guest referee. Simple as that, or fucking him, you know, just, I don't know, being a manager, and then he'll fucking maybe stun some guy at WrestleMania. Simple as that, you know? You don't need to have him, oh, you know, he's going to come out of retirement. It's going to be stupid, I'm sorry. Overall, listen, I love Stone Cold, but I don't think he should come out, like, especially after this. Like, come on. I believe, like, he only, like, wanted to come out of retirement to just have a match with Lesnar. Like, wouldn't it make sense him versus Lesnar instead of fucking goddamn Kevin Owens? I'm sorry, that's just the truth. Overall, I just think in the end of the day, listen, I like Stone Cold. Awesome guy. One of the best in the business. Okay? Best of all time. But, like, he should not be coming back to have a fucking stupid match with Kevin Owens. I'm sorry. Especially after all these years. And it's just, like, not really WrestleMania worthy, if anything. Like, if anything, that kind of shit is worthy more for a Raw. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing that shit on Raw. Like, fucking just Stone Cold stunning Kevin Owens. But sadly, that's what's only good for WrestleMania. Like, as a WrestleMania moment. You have to fucking save this shit for WrestleMania, apparently. Because that's, like, the only decent moment that can happen. And that's going to happen at WrestleMania now. Which, that's what should happen. Just don't have a match. That's why I think it should just happen. But that's a rumor, apparently. You know? I don't think it's going to happen. But if it does happen, nah. Like, that should not be happening. The reason why I don't think it's happening, because, like, wouldn't it make sense to have Stone Cold on TV? Unless they're just do some last minute shit. Like, but then, don't you want to sell tickets for WrestleMania? Like, how will people know Stone Cold be at WrestleMania if, you know, if you're gonna have a wrestle, like, oh, how he's gonna, you know, like, shouldn't people want to see Stone Cold wrestle? I mean, regardless, people should be wanting to see Stone Cold. That's why you should promote that as Stone Cold's gonna be at WrestleMania. Simple as that. You know? But they're not doing that. They're not even saying it. Like, they did promote it, I believe, like, what, last year, that, oh, WrestleMania's gonna be in Texas at Stone Cold, you know, Texas is my home, even though that's stupid, like, why, that was never your character, but okay, it's fine, you're a Texas guy, but, like, I don't know, just at the end of the day, Stone Cold should not be wrestling, that's the end of the story, should not come back to wrestle to ruin his legacy. Okay, I'm not saying that it's because, oh, I don't think he could hang in the ring. No, I think Stone Cold would still be a better wrestler than all these guys in wrestling nowadays. But the thing is, I just don't want him to ruin his legacy in terms of, like, really? You're going to wrestle these guys who are really, like, not worthy to come out of retirement for? And not just that, like, you're going to potentially lose to these people? Come on, it's just the truth. You know what I mean there? So that's my thoughts on Stone Cold Steve Austin, the potential idea of him coming back, since that's like a rumor. I just think that should not happen. All right, people. So next, that's what I want to say, people. From a holic from a soda holic to a beer to an alcoholic. I'm just keeping it real, you know. Don't come out of retirement, Stone Cold. Just fucking stun people, raise them hell. That's all you need to do. You don't need to come out of retirement. That's what you're good at doing, really, for now, because you don't need to. Like, just stun people. They'll be just satisfied. All right. Cheers, motherfuckers. That's what I'm gonna say, people. Until next time, peace. Yeah, bye.